Hey guys, welcome to day one of the Forging Elite Fathers Quick Start course. I'm Kevin Torres, host of the Dad Bod Wad podcast, and I've made it my mission to teach new or soon-to-be dads how to get into great shape with limited time, space, and equipment so that you can be the father your family needs and the one you always wanted to be. Here you're going to learn the simple ins and outs of maintaining your fitness and getting into great shape with limited time, space, and equipment. All right, so my top 10 go-to workouts covered a lot, but it didn't cover everything. So my goal over the next 3 days is to sort of like fine tune and to give you the basics of the three pillars of fitness that are going to get you into great shape in as quick as time as possible, but over the long run, right? We're not talking about fad diets or magic pills. We're not talking about, crash dieting or intermittent fasting or, taking these supplements or nonsense like that, right? We're talking about the three pillars. We're talking about nutrition, we're talking about workout and intensity, and we're talking about optimizing your sleep. So today we're talking all about short, intense workouts. So short, intense metabolic conditioning workouts, otherwise known as Metcons, they just are so much more effective at burning fat and burning calories and keeping your metabolism in overdrive than long steady state cardio or long sessions in the gym. For example, if you were to go for like a 45-minute run or a 5-mile run or a 30-minute run or something like that, yeah, you're going to burn a lot of fat and calories during that run itself. But when you're done running, there's something about keeping your heart at that steady pace that your body just sort of like it burns calories during the run, but then afterwards it quickly recovers and then you get back to normal. Whereas with high intensity interval training, which is, you're the peaks and valleys, you're taking your heart on a roller coaster ride of like short bursts of intensity followed by short bursts of rest. There's something about that metabolic conditioning and high intensity interval training that keeps your body and your metabolism in overdrive for 24 to 36 hours afterwards. So you're going to be burning tons of fat and calories long after you're done working out. Now that's also true of weight training, weightlifting, like bodybuilding style. But again, in order to get like a really great workout in the gym, it's going to take you like an hour, maybe 90 minutes to do, like your typical like triceps and back or biceps and all that stuff. So my goal is to teach you how to implement short, intense workouts that are total body circuits so that you can torch fat, burn calories, and keep your metabolism in overdrive for the long run, for 24 to 36 hours. Now, when we talk about intensity, right, I want to be very clear here that intensity is relative to the person experiencing it, all right? Intensity doesn't mean that two people are keeping at the same pace, right? But intensity means going at a pace or at, at a level that's relatively difficult for you, and that's going to look different for everybody else. A quick example of that is you might run a 7-minute mile, right? Maybe if you go all in, you can probably break a mile in 7 minutes or so, and that's awesome. Somebody else might run a mile in 10 minutes or so. If they go all in, put in a full effort, they're going to be huffing and puffing at the end of that mile. It might take them 10 minutes, right? So if both of you were to run, let's say a 3-mile run, and you run it in 21 or 22 minutes and the other person runs it in like 30 or 31 minutes, you both ran that race probably at a similar level of intensity, right? Because this person was running at their max speed to 10 minutes a mile to get to that 30-minute 3-mile run, and you were running at like a 7-minute mile to get that 3-mile in 21 minutes. All right, so if you were to run that same 3 miles in 30 minutes, you would be running obviously far less intense than, the other dude or than the 7-minute mile. Now, similarly, if your max is 10-minute mile and you try to run a 21-minute 5K, you're not going to be able to make it, right? You're not going to keep up. So the goal is to push yourself to your perceived max effort, and that's going to look different from everybody. So remember, you're not racing other people, you're racing yourself. Intensity is key. When it starts to feel like it's burning a little bit and the lactic acid is starting to build up, that's when you just push a tiny bit more. When it feels like you want to take a break and grab a quick breath or something, that's when you just push a tiny bit more. Especially if some of the workouts are only like 20-second intervals, right? Or maybe 10 reps or something like that. Just push yourself, and that's where you're going to see all those gains. All right, so something that I always preach is that time shouldn't be a barrier. All right. All of my workouts are designed to be able to complete in 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? And so if you have a new baby at home and that baby is napping, right? There you go. There's 15, 20 minutes right there. You can knock out some push-ups, some air squats, some crunches or something like that, right? In fact, workout number 1 in my guide is the perfect workout to do while your kid is napping. Similarly, you might set an alarm and wake up slightly earlier than the rest of your family to give yourself like 15 or 20 minutes to yourself so you can knock out a quick workout. I wouldn't recommend doing these at night because nighttime is quality time with your wife or your spouse where, you don't want to be like, spending time working out when you could be relaxing, watching TV or doing some other stuff with your wife and, hanging out. So my recommendation is to wake up a little earlier or to knock out a quick workout while the family is napping, while the baby is napping, or anything else, any other time like that. But be opportunistic. You have 10 or 15 minutes every day to squeeze in a workout. Another benefit of these short, intense workouts is that you're gonna feel accomplished. If you're like me and you don't feel good unless you got in a quick workout at some point, you got a quick sweat sesh, these short, intense workouts are perfect for that because you're not disrupting your entire day to get that quick workout in, right? You're not commuting to the gym 20 minutes, then working out at the gym for an hour, and then commuting back, and then taking a shower, and this ends up becoming like a 2-hour ordeal that your wife isn't gonna tolerate, right? Especially if you have little kids at home. So if you knock out some burpees, some air squats, some push-ups, or something like that, you're gonna feel good because you got a little sweat, and you're like, you know what? I got it in today. It wasn't the hour that I would normally want. It wasn't like, PRing a snatch or my back squat or something like that, but I got something in and I feel accomplished. All right. So keep that in mind. You've also heard that, working out is good for your body, right? Obviously that's good. Everybody knows that. But you also might have heard that working out is good for mental health as well. Managing stress levels, hormone balance, the endorphins, right? Keeping you happy, sleeping better at night. So especially if you're in the throes of early fatherhood, working out is cathartic. It's like a great release to your stress, to any frustrations you might be experiencing. And when you're able to focus on 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes on yourself, you're able to then be a little bit more present with your family, be less resentful, be less stressed. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? So I always like to make sure I focus a little bit of time on myself, 15, 20 minutes, do a quick workout. So this way I could be more present. I could be the father that my family needs. I could be the husband that my spouse needs, that my wife wants, right? And I'm not sitting there worried about when I'm gonna work out, when I'm gonna finally get some time to squeeze in a quick workout and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. All right, so now that you're convinced that short, intense workouts are the way to go because you're burning more calories over the long run, you're, saving time, right? You're managing your stress levels, you're feeling accomplished. Now that you're convinced of all of that, your homework is to go back to my 10 go-to workouts and choose just one of those workouts and schedule it. When are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it today? Are you gonna do it tomorrow morning? I want you to schedule it between now, just schedule it within the next 24 hours, all right? That's your homework. And if you're new to this, I might recommend that you start with workout number 1, all right? It's a circuit of push-ups, some squats, and some crunches, okay? You're gonna do 10 sets of 10 push-ups, 10 squats, and 10 crunches, and you're gonna keep cycling through those 3 movements for 10 rounds. It should take you less than 10 minutes, or just about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes at the max, all right? That's it. Be on the lookout for tomorrow, where we're gonna talk about one of the most frustrating pillars of fitness, nutrition. All right, guys, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Get after it. Let's keep forging elite fathers together.